Without further ado, guess we gotta hop right into this thing, baby.
Mock draft
Time for that
2.0.
Gotta be 2.0 because we already did 1.0.
Yep.
1.0 was fire, but now it's time for 2.0.
It should be better now. And we got some more information on
We
the
do.
Steelers' plans. We re-signed Vince Williams, made
Very
a couple
true.
other moves. So
Game changer, right?
the needs could be a little bit flipped now.
All righty. So we're going to use the PFF draft simulator like we did last time. We feel like that gives us the most realistic set of picks and things along that nature. So without further ado, here we go. And just for contextual purposes, turn down the randomness. We don't want any random activities going on. We want it as realistic as possible. We turned up the positional value need along with, I think it was the value of the player as well. We turned those up slightly just to make sure that teams are utilizing their mind like they would in real life. We don't want any funny business going on here right now. So,
did you press start draft?
I just pressed start. First go off the board was, of course, Trevor Lawrence.
Yep.
I guess I'll read up these top 5 quarterbacks as a little foreshadow for later on. Hey. Trevor Lawrence went 1. Zach Wilson went 2 to the Jets. Justin Fields went 3 to the Niners. And then after that, we had Trey Lance go at 8 to the Panthers. And then Mac Jones went at 9 to the Broncos on mine. So, yeah, that's 5 quarterbacks in the top 10 on my list. What did yours do? Anything?
Yeah, same thing. Trevor Lawrence, Zach Wilson, Justin Fields, Jamar Chase, Penei Sewell. Let's see. In top 10, actually, Mac Jones is 9. So you had 5 going in the top 10?
Yeah.
Did Trey Lance go?
Yeah, I had Trey Lance going to Atlanta at no, he went to Carolina at 8.
Okay, he went to hold on, I can't read this right. Okay, he went to Carolina. That's not gonna happen.
Well, with Sam Darnold though.
Man, yeah.
But that was the whole reason why we said initially we didn't like I didn't like them picking up Sam Darnold's 5th-year option. Because he's the exact same thing as Dwayne Haskins is for us. He's more of a project piece, more of a, okay, he's very intriguing. We saw the high pedigree, but we really don't know what you have in him. So that's why for me, it's like I could totally see them still taking a quarterback. But that is why I said it's bad business, though, on their part, because they're going to still be locked in to him as a $20 million backup, not this year, but the following year if he flames out this first year in Carolina.
I got to assume they're not. I'm going to assume they're going to take receiver or something, someone to help Sam Darnold.
Yeah,
but
better take whoever they can take, man.
Yeah, we'll see. Yeah. Either way, he's going to be gone before we pick at 24. So what team he went to, I don't think that's the biggest issue.
And if you're Carolina, in terms of just them being mocked to take Trey Lance is a very interesting prospect.
Sure.
Because of the top 5 guys, he's probably the biggest question mark in terms of his pro readiness because of the fact that he played at an FCS school. And, I mean, he had 1 game this year. So he's literally, pretty much been out of football for almost a full calendar year now. So it's a lot of things that are going to be surrounding him that could potentially have him fall, or potentially have a team that already has somebody in place saying that, all right, we'll bring him in, let him sit for a year or 2, and then from there give him the keys once we feel like he's comfortable enough at this level. So that's my only thing in terms of why I could still see something like that happening.
Yeah, no, I got you.
Yeah.
So who's your pick?
All right. At pick number 24 for your Pittsburgh Steelers.
Who's available?
Guys on the
running back wise, I guess offensive line, maybe cornerbacks or tight ends.
I was looking at Elijah Moore, the receiver out of Ole Miss. You're not feeling? No, we're not going there. No, for me, this is an easy prospect. I mean, this is an easy pick, man. I'm looking at these tackles right now. We've obviously said that our offensive line was going to be very important. And I'm not going to get here at pick 24 and shy away from that. So with that being the case, I'm actually going to go with Walker Little, the tackle out of Stanford. So, yeah. A little surprise, right? He wasn't even on my top 5 list.
Is Tevin Jenkins on your board?
Tevin is still available.
He's on my board.
He's still available.
So what's your reasoning? I got to hear this.
Wow,
because you were high on Jenkins.
I'm very high on Jenkins.
But you must be high on Little.
I am high on Little as well,
what are you saying?
Man. Well, the thing is, they're both very fundamentally sound. Obviously, with Tevin, he has the nastiness, and that is awesome. But for me, it's just more so I think that overall, you can make the case that Walker is, no pun intended, could be a little bit just better. You know what I mean? But the thing that I always said that I liked about Tevin was just the nastiness and how the nastiness can make up for some of the other limitations. Now, I don't think that Walker is going to be in the conversation of Penei and Rashawn and those guys, but he's definitely, you can make a case for him in that 4th, 5th, 6th tackle range. And literally, that's kind of where I had him at. But new information, it just happens like this sometimes. He's available. That's what I wanted to go with today.
Okay, so I'm looking at the board, and I think I'm with you because running back, they have the running backs ranked pretty low again.
Mm-hmm.
Harris at 65, Williams at 53, Etienne at 66, Carter even at 89. So I might even skip out on a running back in round 2, depending on how things play out. Just might make things a little interesting.
I'm gonna ask the chat too, man. Who would they take it in the second round, right? Jeez.
And then let me look, just double check on the tight ends. Dude from Penn State's still there. Tommy Tremble. What's another need? Cornerback, kind of. You want to talk yourself into that. Asante Samuel's still there. Holland, Aaron Robinson, they're all still there. And then
a lot of people still out
there. I'll check
people.
the inside offensive line too. Landon Dickerson, Creed Humphrey, Wyatt Davis.
Yeah.
Okay. So I'm gonna go Tevin Jenkins. I'm gonna go Tevin Jenkins. You went offensive tackle. I'm gonna go offensive tackle too. Just
I like it.
Little switch up in the players. That's
all. Okay. A funny thing, I don't know what I just clicked on my computer. Definitely. Oh, I got it back now. I thought I lost my draft. I was about to cry. I was like, no, don't do this to me today. Technology tripping. But anywho, all right. So back to what I said I was about to do while you were talking. I said I was going to ask the chat, since we already said who we're going with at number 1. I'm going to ask them who they like at number 2. You know what I mean? Who we like it at 55? Sure.
Let me see who. I hit start on mine.
Me too.
I'll hold up on. Oh, you already did? You want me to name some of the guys that went in mine?
Let's do it, man. Talk about it. Here we go.
Zaven Collins.
Mm-hmm.
Sante Samuel Jr. Alex Leatherwood.
Oh, yeah. Samuel Cosme went as well.
Harris
is gone.
Whoa.
He went at 45, right? Where did he go on yours? He went to the Jags on mine.
He went at 40.
Ooh, at 40?
Etienne's gone at 52 for me too.
See,
Chicago.
Ooh.
Landon Dickerson. So
on mine.
Wow.
On mine, Najee went at 45 to Jacksonville. Etienne goes at 50 to the Dolphins. But this is perfect for what I want, because that means Javonte Williams is sitting here for me available at 55. And that is the back that I am taking right now.
Not even a question. Not even a
question. I knew I wanted to get a running back. I knew I wanted to get an offensive lineman. I've addressed both of those with high quality prospects in rounds 1 and 2. I like my situation right now, man.
All right, so here is who is also available for mine.
Mm-hmm.
Jamin Davis. We talked about him. Jabril Cox. Quinn. This dude from Wisconsin. How am I supposed to pronounce his last name?
We get me
Miners. I think that's it.
We're just gonna roll with that.
Creed Humphrey, center, still there. So we got some names, but you're right.
Names. Yeah.
On my board, I also have Javonte Williams.
And we got one of the prospects we talked about, one of the linebackers, Jamin Davis, Mr. 4-4 out of Kentucky. He's still on the board as well right now.
I know. I'm looking at his ranking on here. It's 41.
Yeah.
But randomly, his ADP is 100. So he might be available in the 4th round. So I might be able to get a steal with him later on.
I'm fingers crossed. That's kind of what I'm playing on right here.
So we'll pass on him. And I'm with you. I'll go with Javonte Williams.
Okay.
Since he's still here, you saw me going back and forth about between him and Harris for my number 1 pick. So I'm not against this at all if we're going to get him in the 2nd round.
Okay.
So I'm with you there.
All right. So let's see. I asked the chat what they would do at 55. Let's see who they've said thus far. All right. Douglas Souza says he would go Javonte at 55. Bro High. Shout out to Bro High. I like the name, by the way. He says any of the top 3 centers. He would take them at 55. Vikesh said he would go Joe Tryon, the edge rusher out of Washington. Yep, he would go with him in the 2nd round. Michael Davis also, he says Quinn. I'm not gonna do it. Humphrey or Dickerson in the 2nd round. I thought about that. Nah. And then let's see, Dylan Swift says running back, baby. Absolutely, man. Yeah, I like it. And then shout out to Bad Itch. Says take the punt out of JMU. You know what? I second that always. Anytime you can get a JMU person, I'm down for it. Just throwing that out there. But I like it. All right. Okay. So you went with you went with Javonte, right?
Yeah.
And I went with Javonte as well. So now I'm sitting here with our third round pick number 87. And guys that are on the board thus far, still Jamin Davis.
Yep.
Got the safety Jamar Johnson out of University of Indiana. Kelvin Joseph, the cornerback out of Kentucky, is available. Kendrick Green, guard out of Illinois, is available to me. Let's see who else, man. Michael Carter, the other running back from UNC, is available. Should I get the tandem?
You might need to.
Mean, you never know. Tommy Tremble,
yeah.
the tight end out of Notre Dame, is still available.
Now. Yeah.
And Trey Brown, the cornerback out of Oklahoma, is available. So we got some options here. So for me, I went tackle at 1. I went running back at 2. For me, I'm going to double down. No, actually. I'm going to take a chance here. I'll take a chance here. I think I can get Jamin Davis later.
That's what I'm thinking too.
So now I'm torn between Kelvin Joseph, Kendrick Green, and Tay Gower. So 2 of these guys are corners. Obviously, the other guy's a guard. And when I'm thinking of the new needs for the team right now, I'm kind of torn between those, right? I'm thinking to myself, well, you have Dotson and DeCastro. Those are our slated starters, and I'm completely fine with that. Also asking myself, how many more years do I anticipate DeCastro still being here if that is going to be the case, right? Or do I just want to have a little bit of a higher end guy that can bounce between those guys if anything happens? So that's the one element. But then the second side is like at corner, how confident am I in Justin Lane, James Pierre, and Anthony Brooks, right? Or Antoine Brooks. This is all these names running together, right?
Yeah.
Antoine Brooks. He's the other guy, right? Because all 3 of those guys bring something unique to the table from a coverage standpoint, either playing outside or that slot corner. But how confident am I in those guys? Because especially with only one of those guys being a quote-unquote high pedigree guy, right, in terms of Justin Lane. So with that being said, I think I shall go corner here. I'm going to go with Kelvin Joseph out of Kentucky at pick 87.
Okay.
I like the guys. I'm not in love with those other corners. So at least let me get another high-end piece in here to compete, shake it up a little bit, and let the best man come out of that for that third cornerback spot.
Definitely. So I'm torn. I'm just trying to play chess here with the PFF simulator because I want to go Tommy Tremble. But I'm looking at the ADP.
Yeah.
They got him at 140. Mm-hmm. With Davis, they got him at 100.
Okay.
I'm trying to get both. Ooh. I mean, if it was just in a vacuum, I'm taking Tremble, I think.
I think so as well. I would.
But I think I could finagle this to where I get Jamin Davis and Tremble. So let's just see if Tremble's there.
Let's see that. I'm rolling the dice as well. I'm like, I can get these guys later. I can get them later.
Okay. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm taking Jamin Davis. I would take Tommy Tremble, but I'm looking at this board. I think he's going to be there in round 4.
I will say this.
And my draft's going to be stacked.
A lot of people in the chat, they have been saying that they like Tremble a lot. They said that he can block really well, and they feel like we need a blocking tight end. They feel like that's a very underrated need for us.
Dude, he's athletic as hell, though.
He is.
Like,
he definitely is, man.
He looks like he could actually be a really good all-around tight end. He's only 20 years old.
Yeah.
It seemed like he was catching everything that was thrown to him. He's able to beat defenders, be a mismatch.
Yeah.
He reminds me, they line him up sometimes at the fullback position. Mm-hmm. He almost reminded me of Rosie a little bit with his tenacity.
Okay.
But he's a little bit more athletic than Rosie, too.
Okay.
So I really like Tommy Tremble.
What you doing there?
You like that analysis?
I like that. I see you.
Just watching some highlights here and there. All right, so that's what I'm doing. I'm going Jamin Davis.
Okay.
I want to take Tommy Tremble, but I think I could really stack my draft board here.
That.
And my picks by doing this.
That's
so
clean.
Let's see what happens, dude.
All right.
I got to get to Jamin Davis.
So I can show you what happened on mine. I just did mine, right? So
okay, hold on. I drafted Davis.
Uh-huh.
So we got a potential predecessor at inside linebacker then. Him and Devin Bush for the future. That's kind of my thinking with it.
Okay.
Extremely athletic too. We've talked about this. Just imagining that combo, him and Devin Bush for maybe 2 or 3 years could be crazy.
Very true.
Oh, shit.
All right, so on my board, Jamin Davis just went off at 124, but Tommy Tremble is available to me. So I'm good on my side. And Kendrick Green, the guard, is available to me as well. Yeah, I got a lot of options here as well, man. But for me, this is simple. Obviously, Trey Brown, the corner, is still available also. But yeah, for me, man, I'm going Tommy Tremble here. This don't take a lot from me at 128, baby. Where you rolling? This got to be. Is he available on your board?
You think he's available?
He's got to be available on yours, right?
He is.
He should be. There we go.
I'm good. My draft's looking stacked right now.
There we go.
My draft is definitely looking stacked. So I got Tommy Tremble in the 4th
Yeah.
round. Somehow Jamin Davis in the 3rd round. Some people are
Yeah.
projecting him as a 1st-round pick. So
Mhm.
I'm getting value everywhere, dude.
I like it, man. See, for me, as much as, like I said, I like Jamin, the 4-4, but not playing at 4-4, I would rather just wait to get me somebody that's going to play
Sure.
that speed. That was more my
Well,
thought
and you're
process with
thinking
it,
too,
man.
actually, I think it's really good.
Yeah.
Bring another cornerback, throw them in the mix.
Got
A
to,
3rd
man.
rounder,
Yeah.
you're going to get some talent there.
Well, I just feel like right now, at the inside linebacker spot, if the worst thing that happens is just a combination of Vince, Robert Spillane, and Devin Bush, I can live with that. I'm fine with that. I don't know if I'm as confident in the combination of James Pierre, Justin Lane, and Antoine Brooks just yet. Now, they flashed. They've shown some positive things in their game, but of all three of those guys, none of them have an extensive, sheet of play of productivity and making plays on the field or just in-game experience. So that's the part where I'm just like, I don't want to have those guys out there, or at least, I want them to compete and have to earn it. And just throw me another guy in the mix. Just give me another high-end guy so that way no bias is in there. There is nothing that can, sway them. Well, this is a draft pick versus this not being a draft pick, because a lot of that does play into these decisions.
Mm-hmm.
Well, we invested this in this player. All right, well, we want to give him the opportunity first. Let's get rid of that. If we bring in another corner that was a draft pick, now we don't have to worry about that. Now it's a complete level playing field. Let the best man win. And I think that helps us the most.
Definitely. That's fair.
All right, so now
Pick
I'm at
140.
my second 4th-round pick. Now, just some of the guys who've been off the board thus far. Obviously, Tommy Tremble, we just took him. Kendrick Green, the guard, though, he's off. He went to Seattle at 129. Let's see if there's any one of our names that we've talked about. Yeah, Brady Christensen, he went to Dallas earlier in the 4th. Yeah. Okay. So, sitting on the board to me right now, we have got Bobby Brown, the 3rd D lineman out of Texas A&M. Got Benjamin St. Juste, or Justi?
Yeah,
I don't know how you say his
board.
last name. Yep. But that's the corner out of Minnesota. Khalil Herbert, the running back out of Virginia Tech, is available. Trey Brown, the cornerback out of Oklahoma, is still available. Robert Hainsley, tackle out of Notre Dame, is available to me. Justin Hilliard, linebacker out of Ohio State. Man, I got a lot of options here. I really don't.
We have the same exact board.
We do right now?
Yeah, I got the same guys in like the top 5 or 6.
Yeah, I'm kind of torn right now because I really don't have a pressing need that I feel like I have to go right here, right? I said, we already got a tackle.
Should we look center, or are we good with like the competition we already have?
So this is my thing. As much as I want to look center, I don't want to reach for a center, if that makes sense. And I'm trying to see
they might be all available in the 5th.
So the next highest rated center is what, Drew Dahlman out of Stanford?
I don't think I have him. I
have him available at 140. He's ranked 146, ADP of 216. So really not.
I have Dahlman. Yeah, I have Dahlman, Drake Jackson, and Manet.
And for me, my thing is, any of those guys, do I think that they're a day one upgrade over J.C. Hassenauer or B.J. Finney at this point in the draft?
Yeah, so we're just rolling with one of those two then.
Right. Like
if you don't pick them in the 2nd round, like if Dickerson's not there or something,
right,
you're just going to have to bite the bullet then, I guess.
But I'm still fine with that, knowing that it's Dotson and DeCastro, and I've already upgraded my tackle spot, right?
Yeah.
By drafting that tackle in the 1st round. So now, if that's my only weakness, I'm still confident in their level, because
maybe
I know
Hassenauer, maybe Hassenauer could have some upside.
Well, because the thing is this, and this is, it's no knock on JC or BJ. I think both of those guys' floors are very similar, and I think their ceilings are very similar. I think they're just going to always be good players, never going to be great, never all pro, but just high quality, good players that you need to either start for you at times or get you out of a bind coming off the bench. But I don't think either of them are your franchise centers or franchise guard that you're going to pay crazy money and they're going to be the guy for the next 2 to 3 years. I look at both of those guys as, all right, we need you to get it done this year. The combination of you two guys, I'm confident y'all can get it done with high-end pieces around y'all. And that's kind of my approach with it when it comes to the center position.
I guess with JC, he may have a little bit more upside just because he's younger. BJ Finney up to this point, we already know what he is. Mm-hmm. But with JC, You're right. They may be very similar players, but who knows how he develops.
Yeah.
Because some people are high on him a little bit, right?
Steeler Nation.
But I'll go with your word on it that, yeah, maybe he doesn't have the highest upside. I'll go with your word, but
we
he's
know
young.
Steeler
He's young
Nation
still.
does. We know this. If JC was on Baltimore right now and they say he was slated to be the starter, would you be talking about high upside? Would you be talking about, man, I think this guy could be really good? You'll be saying,
you know what? I'm not going to say.
I'm not worried about who this JC guy is. Tua's going to kill him. Cam's going to kill him. Tyson's going to murder him. That's what you would be thinking.
Maybe I did say high upside. I don't mean it in that way. Maybe just a little more upside than BJ. Just as a quality starter in the NFL, could he maybe last 5 or 6 years?
If you, like I said, I said my piece. How I feel about
I know.
it.
I think I'm just looking at that silver lining with his age. That's it, man.
Right.
Maybe he could beat out BJ. Maybe.
Either way, I just feel like you could just change the numbers, change the name, and call him whoever you want to call him, but it's gonna be pretty much identical. That's how I feel about him.
All right, that's fair.
But like I said, it's not a knock. They're good players, though. That's the thing. Like, people just assume that for you to be a good player in this league, you got to be an All-Pro or you have to be a Pro Bowl. That's not the case. Like, you can be a good player, a quality player, a second and third contract guy, and never make a Pro Bowl, never be an All-Pro, but just be a good player that you need. These are glue guys. Those type of guys that just keep stuff together. So that's why I'm just like, either way, I think it's going to be fine.
Yeah, if one of them is our worst player on offense, but we just drafted Tommy Tremble, we drafted a running back, we drafted an offensive tackle, and we got our receivers in Big Ben, that's pretty damn good offense.
I agree.
You know, if that's our worst thing, we could live with it.
Now I'm torn because, like I said, man, back to this draft board, I like Bobby Brown. Number one, I like his name. But number two, I like his game. Okay? But I'm like, do I need another interior D lineman?
Nah.
We're kind of stacked. But it also depends on, like, all right, well, how do we look at Tua? How do we look at Tyson and things like that in terms of just the future, right? Because this is a 4th-round pick. I'm not worried about a 4th-round pick coming in and being a starter this year. I look at 4th-round picks the same way I looked at Dotson a year ago, right? You come in when your number's called, produce. But I don't need you to start 17 games right now. So with Bobby, I'm like, do I want to throw him in that mix as well? But I do feel like it's crowded in there. Obviously, you got Bugs, you got Davis. Like I said, you got Tyson, you got Cam too. I mean, it's a ton of bodies in that interior part of the D line. So with that being said, I'm not satisfied in the secondary. I'm drafting a corner again. Give me Trey Brown out of Oklahoma.
Whoa.
I want to upgrade my secondary. I'm confident in my offense right now. My biggest question mark for me as it pertains to the roster is just, that third corner spot. And I need to find out who we have there. I need to upgrade it. I want to make sure the best of the best is coming out of there. That's how I feel about it.
You ever click on this show more next to these guys' names?
I do, but then you have to get the membership, and I'm not.
No, what? Look, I don't have it. They're giving me some stuff. Oh, they updated more.
Okay.
Look, they got a little summary here, but what I could tell you about Trey Brown, 5'9", 185, little replacement for Mike Hilton or something like that. It says he's a physical corner, so
I like it.
It's looking like a good pick. I'm
going with it, man.
I'm going to go with the dude just above him, though, ranked 90.
Okay.
Benjamin St. What did we say? St.
Just.
But yeah, I'm going cornerback too. Now his summary. This could be him and Pierre Island. We got St. Just on one side. Like that sounds like an island name, right?
St. Just. Yeah, like we're in St. Thomas or somewhere like that. Absolutely.
St. Just on one side, and then Pierre Island, obviously, that's on the other side.
Pierre has his whole island now? I didn't know it was Pierre Island. When did this become a thing?
Dude, once someone started showing those highlights from the Browns game,
Pierre Island now.
I tweeted it out. Yeah.
All right. Shout out to Pierre.
Here's what they're saying though: 6'3", 205, made a name for himself in the Senior Bowl.
Okay.
1-on-ones, highest grade of any corner in attendance. So he's drafted. He's on the squad. Okay. It could be just island mania in our defense. Just islands everywhere.
You get an island. You get an island. Palm trees for you, me, and you. I'm gonna just be over there in the sand with my feet up with one of them drinks with the umbrella in it. You know the little colorful ones you shake up with the little straw. That's all I want to do.
That's what our sidelines are gonna look like at Hines, just because there's so many islands.
Everybody has an island out here, man. Oh man, I like it. All right, so you went with St. Just, or however you say his name. I went with Trey Brown. And now I'm sitting here at 216.
Patrick Jones is still available. Man.
Let me see. Is he available on mine?
204 is his rank for me.
Yeah, he's available then. Yep. He's available. Was it Michael Manet? He's available. Drew Dahlman, center. Oh!
Who you thinking?
Do
Who you eyeing up?
If I do this, that means I've lost confidence in one of these guys. One of these guys has to get gone. They voted off the island.
Another cornerback.
No, I'm looking at the running back room right now, man. Ramondre Stevenson is available.
He's still there.
And you know I was very high on him.
Wait, is Kylan Hill available for me?
Oh, man. But if I do this...
Damn, Kylan Hill's gone.
Because, see, this is the thing. When we get to this point in the draft, right, in the 6th round, and there's no knock against 6th rounders. You know, obviously I'm a 6th rounder. You don't expect these guys to even make the roster. With these guys, it's like you hope that, you know, they can surprise somebody and do something. But it's more so competition. It's more so to either light a fire under somebody or this guy's going to take somebody's spot. And if I do that, with, like I said, I've already drafted Javonte. So that's one spot. One spot's gone. McFarland was drafted a year ago, 4th round. All right. He's still got to be in the mix. Or we would assume he's still in the mix. And then you got Benny Snell as well, right? But if I bring Ramondre in.
We already picked you picked Javonte too, right?
Yeah, okay. That's my thing. So now Kalen Balazs, Jalen Samuels.
I mean, you just made preseason super really interesting though.
It's super interesting, right? But it's very crowded right now if I go that route. Or do I take Drew Dahlman to bring some more competition to the center spot?
Right.
But the part is, the reason why I do kind of like Ramondre a little bit more, or potentially taking one of these edge guys, right? I know
Monet will probably be there next round.
Yeah.
If you want to go center. His rank's a little bit lower than Dahlman, though, by 50 spots.
The other side of me, I'm thinking linebacker as well, because even though you're not going to be my starter, you give me special teams value as well. Going heavy old lineman, I'm not getting a lot of special teams value out of these guys. They're not covering kicks. They're not blocking punts. They're not doing any of that. So, jeez, do I want to do that? Or I could go with the cat Janarius. Yeah, that's his name, Janarius Robinson. Could go with him. Decisions.
This is what happens sometimes. The 6th
and
7th round picks are harder than the 1st and 2nd.
That's definitely the problem, man. Oh, gosh. You know what?
Because you're thinking, am I passing up on the next, like, AB? Am I passing up on the next stud late in the draft?
You know what? I'm going to go. I really don't know where I want to go. I'm going to go, you know what? I'm just going to go with Isaiah McDuffie, linebacker out of Boston College. Okay. Can never have, when in doubt, go linebacker, ladies and gentlemen. When in doubt, go linebacker. Yeah. That's what I'm going to go.
Just to let everyone know, too, yeah. Kylan Hill went to the Chiefs on mine, so okay. Unfortunately, the Chiefs just got the next Arian Foster, so I'm kind of pissed off. I'm just going to go Dahlman, dude, for all the reasons you were thinking center.
Yeah.
I didn't draft one yet, but this is just another guy to throw in the mix. I think I've addressed kind of all the other needs up to this point, so now it's just playing with house money. Center's the next thing, so I'm going to go with Dahlman. PFF has him ranked as the 4th best center, so okay, I'm feeling good about this.
I like it.
He might be starting this year. 6th round.
I like how they say 4th best center. You're just like, well, where's the first ranked center ranked at? Oh, he average. All right.
It has to be Dickerson. He went 2nd round, so yeah, I guess there's a little bit of a leeway there.
It is. Man, actually, it's a funny thing. I just checked back into the chat. We were talking about that running back thing with Ramondre Stevenson and Benny Snell. Travis asked, what's the difference between Stevenson and Benny Snell? Do you feel there's a difference between those two guys?
Stevenson looks like he's a little smoother in his running style.
Yeah.
Snell's a little bit more of a bruiser. I think that's the difference. And it looks like maybe Stevenson's a little bit better of a pass catcher.
Yeah.
Those are kind of my takeaways.
And I think it's a size difference too between Ramondre versus Benny. Obviously, Ramondre is just a bigger person.
Snell's a little more cut, at least in his 2nd year last year.
Right. Yeah, because he leaned out. See, if Ramondre could get the leaned out program, I would love Ramondre. I think that he could be special. But that's always the coin flip, right? Is he going to have the body transformation, or is he just going to stay that size? And then from there, it's like, I don't really like it the same to that level. But to me, the biggest difference between Ramondre versus Benny, what you said, man, I think that Ramondre just has a more natural feel of making defenders miss, whereas Benny looks like he's more so trying to invite that contact versus necessarily trying to make these guys miss at the pro level. We know at the collegiate level is a little bit different, but at the pro level, It just seems like Benny is more inviting of the contact, whereas Ramondre has just a smoother. Like I said, I compared him to Fred Jackson for a reason. Even though they're bigger body guys and they do deliver punishing blows, they aren't just looking to run people over. They're trying to make guys miss. They're a smoother runner. So to me, I think that's probably why we give the slight edge to Ramondre, but he still be young. And that's the thing, whereas Benny has already been in the league. So if we're talking in 2021, who's the better back? I think it'll be Benny. But if we're talking the next 2 to 3 years after that, I'm probably leaning more Ramondre if he can, drop the weight.
I would have been really interested to see how Benny Snell's season would have ended up if he didn't fumble in that Denver game.
I would,
you know what I mean? Like, if he would have been the number one
that
back,
changed everything, man.
He would have gotten all of Connor's carries early on.
Those two fumbles hurt him, Denver and the Giants game.
And Connor had some really good games early on. So if those were going all to Snell, who knows where his confidence would have been. We saw what he did in the Bengals game whenever our running game was basically shit for like 3 or 4 weeks before that. I'm curious about that. I'm curious.
It's one of them things, man. We hate it
because
we'll never know.
One play to just alter your career. Though.
You look at how he looked in that Giants game. What did we talk about? We said, this is RB1.
Yep. As soon as we came in,
we both did.
You know what? This is it. I don't got to worry about it.
And that was even with the fumble.
Yeah, I didn't even care about it.
Juju recovered the ball. No harm, no foul. We're good to go. And then it was just like, he did it again. And now it's the part where it's like, all right.
In the Denver game where we had that game locked up, actually. That was like 7 minutes left in the fourth quarter. We were driving, almost in their territory.
And then you do it. You're just like, bro, you can't have those. Can't have those. So.
Yeah, we're going to draft a running back early, though. So
we are.
He's probably not going to get another chance.
Yeah. Barring somebody's injury or showing up out of shape, because that is something that you have to worry about. Not saying that any of these backs are going to show up out of shape, but the reality is, with the offseason happening the way it is right now, with the players having that soft strike, right? We're not going to come to OTAs and stuff like that. That is more damning on these younger players. These guys who are coming out of a pandemic collegiate year where it was already not normal, right? Some of these guys played 5 games. JMU, for example, we're playing in the spring right now. We just played our 4th game, and now it's time for the playoffs. Like, it's crazy. And we're like, bro, are you for real? 4 games?
Did they extend the playoffs?
No. They shortened the playoffs. That was the crazy part. And we almost weren't even eligible. We're the number one team in the nation. We almost weren't eligible because we've had 2 games postponed because of COVID. We only had an 8-game schedule. So it was just like, all right, 2 of these postponed. They canceled this one, canceled that. And it's like, we need to get somebody scheduled. We weren't even supposed to play this weekend. We just called up Richmond like, yo, y'all trying to run? All right, let's get a game in real quick. It was that type of atmosphere. It was crazy. It was nuts, man. But we got the job done. We got our 4th win, qualified. We're good for the playoffs. But just think about, okay, not a lot of ball. And then if you were on a bad team, you probably got knocked out early the year prior to that, right? It wasn't like you were playing into January in the big bowls. You weren't doing that. So some of these guys haven't played a lot lately. And now you're talking about coming into an offseason where you're not even going to have your veterans there. Depending on, they might even call the young guys and say, look, man, rookies, y'all don't have a say in this. Y'all just not showing up. Like, that could be the case. So now you're looking at these guys not coming into a training camp with everything that we just talked about. That makes me even more nervous about these younger guys, man. So just, think about all of that. These are the factors in terms of why, with any of these rookies right now, man, it's going to be hit or miss. And that's why, for me, bringing it full circle, why I said I would go Benny Snell in terms of who I think is better running back next year. Benny Snell over Ramondre. Long answer. That's why.
Sure, but it looks like we're going to take Harris, dude.
Yeah. We'll see, man.
Well, we'll see. But if I had to bet money.
Yeah. We'll see, man.
How do you got some inside scoop?
No, I'm just saying we'll see. Yeah. Because it's the thing, like,
I just think we're gonna take running back, like, based off our boards too. We think it's smarter to maybe wait till the 2nd or 3rd, but it just seems like we're gonna take them 1st round.
See, I don't feel like that's the narrative. I think media wise they put that out there for everyone, but I don't feel like organization feels like that.
Okay.
I don't. Think about, when has the organization said anything to make you feel like they're 100% going running back? In fact, they didn't even show up to the back that you talking about taking. They didn't even show up to his workout. Think about that. They talked to him. It was cool. They got the Zoom. Everybody was there. But they was like, man, I'm not flying down there to Alabama to see you run the 40. You ain't even run the 40. I ain't coming down there for that. That's all I'm saying, man.
I just buy into the hype, dude. You know me.
I know, man. But either way, I laugh at it because it's going to be good either way. Either he's going to be a beast and we get to talk him up, or he's going to play bad and we get to talk about why you don't take running backs at pick 24.
Sure.
So either way, man.
I don't think we should. But I'm going to be amped up. I'm not going to lie. I've said this multiple times, but What do we got next?
Yeah.
I'm in the 7th round.
I'm in the 7th as well, man. I'm at pick 245 right now. The first of our 7th round picks. And still on the board is Michael Manet, Jamar Jefferson, the running back out of Oregon State, Derek Forrest, the safety out of Cincinnati is available, Buddy Johnson, Taron Jackson, the edge out of Coastal Carolina. Was it Raymond Johnson III? Put some respect on his name. The edge out of Georgia Southern. Let's see who else. We got any tight ends? Matt Bushman, Tony Polshin. I think that's how you say his last name. I'll just add to the edge room. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to go with Taron Jackson out of Coastal Carolina. I like him a little bit. Always intrigued by these type of guys right here, man. Not the biggest of schools, but just get after it. Get after it, man.
I've heard people talk highly about Larry Roundtree III out of Missouri. So another halfback. I'm kind of like you. Just throw another halfback in the mix.
Put the competition in there, man.
So that's what I'm going to be going with here. Do we have one more pick?
Mm-hmm.
Is that it?
We got one more at 254.
Okay.
Let's see.
Manet's still available on my board, so we'll have 3 centers going into this. Trey McKitty.
Oh, man.
Tight end.
Tristan Hogue.
I'm good on Tommy Tremble, though, man. I don't got to worry about another tight end.
I'm good. I could go for the feel-good story and go with Jimmy Morisi, the center out of Pitt. Could go there, right?
Yeah, where's he at?
He's at 267.
I'll do that.
For nostalgia, right? Could do that, or not the nostalgia, but just for the hometown connection.
Yeah.
One Pitt player leaves in terms of Jamestown, we just get the next Pitt player to come in here, man. Got to keep the local market, feeling attached. We could go there.
I might do that. Yeah, Pitt over Penn State. Manet's the higher center.
Pitt over Penn State.
I went to Pitt, so I'm doing that.
Oh, man.
Good call.
What do I want to do for my last pick?
They gave me a C+ on my Jamin Davis pick. Jeez.
Because you reach for him, bro. You can't reach. Got that boy. You got 3rd round, right?
Dude, I swear he's supposed to go first round.
You're reaching for that man.
No, bro. PFF's off
on this. Man. All right, let me just pick somebody. All right, who I want to go with? I don't even know what I want right here, man. When in doubt, go with D lineman from Texas, I guess. So I'm going with Taquan Graham, the D lineman out of Texas, just because I don't know who else to pick at that part of the draft. Let's see what I got for my grade. I got a B for my grade.
I got an overall B.
Yeah. I got an overall B. Let's see. Walker Little, I got an A- for.
Yeah.
Javonte, I got an A-. Kelvin Joseph at in the 3rd round, I got a C+. Tommy Tremble, 128 is an A-. And then I got C+ for the rest on.
Roundtree gave me an A- on.
Ooh, yeah. Clean.
But yeah, overall B, same grades though. First 2 picks A-, 4th one A-, everything else C+ outside of Roundtree. I'll take it. I feel good about this draft, actually.
All right. We got to ask people. I'm going to ask people in the chat how they rate our draft real quick, man. There we go. So I'll say my names again, and then you'll say yours, and we'll go from there for them to rate it. All right, so for me at pick 24, I went with Walker Little. At 55 in the 2nd round, I went with Javonte Williams. In the 3rd round, I went with Kelvin Joseph, the corner out of Kentucky. My first 4th round pick, I went with Tommy Tremble. My second 4th round pick, I went with Trey Brown, the cornerback out of Oklahoma. Then from there at 216, I went with Isaiah McDuffie, the linebacker out of Boston College. At 245, I went with Taron Jackson, the edge rusher out of Coastal Carolina. And then at 254, to wrap up my picks, I went with Taquan Graham, D lineman out of Texas. All right, and now you rock yours real quick.
1st round, Tevin Jenkins. 2nd round, Javonte Williams. 3rd round, Jamin Davis. 4th round, Tommy Tremble. I guess should I be saying the positions? You guys know the positions for all those guys. 140, cornerback, Benjamin St. Juice. 216, pick 216, Drew Dahlman, center out of Stanford. Pick 245, Larry Roundtree III, halfback out of Missouri. And then pick 254, last pick, Jimmy Morisi, center Pittsburgh.
Hail to Pitt.
That's right.
I like it. All right, and so far it's looking like, let's see, Fonny Boy said B+ for us. Vikesh gives me a B-, gives you a B+ though. All right, shout out. Thomas Griffin said B, I'm assuming for both. Rod Dallas said C+. All right, that was probably for you. I'm just throw that your way. I ain't want that grade.
Understood.
Biggie Cheese 187 says B+, A- for both of us. Thomas Griffin gives you a B+. Gabriel gives me a B+, you a B.
Oh, come on, man.
But hold on, Cole Fitzsimmons, and Cole's always tuning in. Shout out.
Yeah.
Says, I got to go with Deke's draft, but I think Moats is more realistic.
Sure.
Fair
I don't
enough,
think
fair
Jamin
enough.
Davis is going to be in the third round, so
I can dig that.
I agree.
All right, and then let's see. Jessica says she gives me an A. Shout out to Jessica, and she gives you a B. And she said because you didn't address edge. They get your edge rusher in there, man.
That's fair. Yeah, we
Yeah.
don't really have any depth. That's fair.
Don't. Yeah, because Ola just signed with Tennessee. Right now, the 3 edges we have is TJ, Alex, and was it Cassius Marshall?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did we bring in someone else?
I
think we did sign someone else.
Yeah,
kind of like the
you're right.
Matthew Sexton
You're
signing.
absolutely right.
You're just not expecting much, but at this point, yeah, he might be the 4th player on our depth chart.